Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? I'm going to assume you can hear me. I'm trying to look to see, make sure everybody can hear me. Hello to everyone. My throat is still. Thank you, Lynette. You can hear. Okay. So I've been posting in my community page. I did go home. I'm back home, but I'm still listening to everybody. I've been on the phone since like 6 o'clock this morning. I'm still gathering all the information that I can gather. The first thing I want to tell you is you're getting attention to the locals there. You are getting the attention. I'm not reading chat right now. I'm talking to you. I have nothing written down. I want to tell you a lot of things. A lot of times, and I never wanted to be a YouTube creator. Um, I got stuck with Idaho 4 and got really stuck on it. Followed it, got on a lot of panels, helped a lot of channels, and started, really digging into it. I watched Melanie, Attorney Melanie Little. To my wrenches, if somebody would really drop her channel, we love her. She's great. So let me tell you, one thing, I don't want to dog YouTube because YouTube is a good thing. But to you locals out there, there's a lot of you out there. I want you to be extremely careful. And I can't say this any more clearer. Just be extremely careful. I am not in this for the money. I don't want your money. I want none of it. I want to help you bring these women home. That has been my goal from the get go, and that is still where I'm at. I'm going to continue to gather information. I'm still talking to everybody that I talked to back there. The locals are great. They're great people. They really are. There's a lot of people that is from Hugoton, that is friends of Jillian, that is friends of Veronica's, that are willing to help. Like they're doing everything they possibly can. There was I've been saying all along that the compound, I'm just gonna keep calling it the compound because that's just exactly how I see it. Whatever's going on there is what's going on there. Now, this is a YouTube channel, it's for entertainment purposes. I just gotta say that because, this is my opinion. This is what I've come up with by talking to you guys. Let me tell you where my mind's at again. You've got YouTubers that is gonna be coming there. Be careful, okay? Just be careful. I know you want answers, and I get it. You have to have faith in law enforcement at this point. To the families that I know you are watching, we all love you. We care about you and we care about these women. I know in this channel we do. And everyone that has a blue wrench, we are all a team. I might be the one up here speaking, but we work together and we are a team. And we are still working for you. And we are still trying to help put the pressure on and help bring these women home. Inspecting gadget. It is down at the boyfriend's house. Granny. I'm gonna call I hear she does not like me calling her granny. So when you're in the chat, just call her granny all you want. Because I don't care if she don't like me, and I don't care if it pisses her off because she's a mean granny too. So anyway, you're gonna have people showing up there and they want your money. Be careful because you notice all my my lives for some reason has been privated. The reason they've been privated is I put them private. I did not have my computer there to where I could uh, take some things out. There was some times where people were talking and they knew I was live, but then they called me later and said, "Oh, so and so called me and they could hear me on your live. I'm scared. Could you please take that out?" I still have all them lives. They're just private right now. I don't want to put anybody at risk. I didn't come to your town to put anybody at risk, to put anybody on camera. I came to try to get everybody. one place, so you'd have one place where you can talk, and this is one place that you can talk. If you're in here under your own name, I highly recommend that you get out of here right now and change your name. Change your name. Sorry about that. Change your name. It's real easy. You just go in to your where you made your YouTube channel and hit that little pencil. Change your name. Okay. Do not use your real name. Make sure that you're really careful who you talk to because you don't know if you're going to end up on their channel. Okay. As every one of you know, especially the ones that work side by side with me, the volunteers that came out and helped me search, to the people that keep calling me, that has helped me. You know, doxing is a big thing. These people will track down your family. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you what they'll do. They will dig up everything. They will threaten you. I mean, there's been creators that's come on here and they've got doxed and they've tracked down their brothers' kids, and I myself, I'm not gonna tell the creator's name, but they tracked down on my TikTok, and I had a bunch of my granddaughter loved to do TikToks, and I let her do TikToks on there. Well, that creator saved my granddaughter's TikToks, pictures of her. She's 12 now. My 4-year-old granddaughter saved it to their favorites. Okay, what on earth in any world there is does anybody out there need pictures of anybody's grandchildren? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't, I get a retirement. Okay. I don't do this to make money. We could set up right now and have memberships. We could do all that. I don't want your money. I don't want a dime of your money. I want to find these women. So I'm going to tell you from everything that I've been told, and you guys know I worked hard on this. I mean, as soon as I drove almost 6 hours to get there, and in the middle of the night, I went to where the car was. I started from the minute I got there, and I have not stopped, even all the way home. I was looking up stuff. I was playing other YouTubes. I was really listening, and then part of the way I just shut everything off because that was my thinking time, where I was, "Hey, crafty lady, Prairie Rose, like you two, man, the whole community was great, but you two, you really stuck out. Like you're my friends for life. You really helped me there." So, with everything I've gathered so far, I'm just going to tell you, have faith in your Ellie. I really think that they're doing something. I know that there was some helicopters that landed in a field yesterday. I know that there was a lot of Suburbans. I know that several of you messaged me. I know that this burner phone that I got, I don't know how to run, and I know that you've left me a lot of messages, and I'm really trying to go through these messages. I promise you, I will get through every doggone one of these messages. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, because there's really not a way for me to share this phone with the team. So it's just me that can return these messages. So don't blame anybody on the team. That's all on me. I am the only one that can return these messages from this phone. But in the meantime, I am still trying to do things the way I set out to be. When I watched Melanie that night and she was going over the case, if you're following me, absolutely go follow Melanie because she is the reason I showed up there. She is just like me. She tells it how it is, and she gets you every document there is that you can see. Much love to Melanie. Love her to death. So with everything that I found out, I just want to tell you, Natalia, like you're awesome. Like I really enjoyed meeting you. I'm sorry my internship ended so quickly, but girl, I got you anytime. You know how to reach me. With that said, I'm not going to look at chat anymore. I just want to talk to you for a minute. So if you're posting in chat, you're going to be posting to the people in chat because I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to give you my opinion, okay? And I'm not a psychic. I'm not anything. But I will tell you, let me start here. There is many people in here that believe in psychics, okay? And I'm not going to dog them at all because there is some things that these psychics have said that actually I believe too, to be honest. I actually do believe a lot of what they said. So most of you join this channel and never been on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you'll see shorts, lives, go all the way to the community. Like I just barely got my voice back. I was trying to talk earlier, absolutely had no voice. And I put a lot of stuff down. I don't know how long my voice is going to last now. So I want to get everything out that I can get out. So from now on, if I'm not live, I will be posting in my community page. If I post something there, it's something that was shared with me that I feel like you need to watch. Use your own opinion, okay? If I put something in there, it's something that I want you to know that watch out for. If I got eyes, if there's eyes posted in there and a weird face, that's me telling you, watch it. Keep your eye open on that person. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you say. Because you are getting attention, but sometimes that's not the attention you need. I just want you to be very, very careful. We want these women back. I'm going to have hope until we're told there's no more hope. So with that said, I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I've talked to some eyewitnesses. There's a lot that I've been told. And this is what I believe in my heart that possibly could have happened. And this is just my opinion. But I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to give it to you the way I feel it. I know that I was told that Veronica was getting Saturday visits, many of them Saturday visits. The granny, we're just going to keep saying granny, 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 granny. Granny is an evil person, and I don't even know her, but from what I hear and see, like I feel safe enough to say she's evil. But anyway, Granny would come up with excuses as to why she couldn't have the kids, okay? Why she couldn't get the kids. Her daughter's birthday was coming up on Tuesday, and I will not talk about the kids in chat. I will not let you talk about the kids in chat. It's just one thing I won't do. These kids are innocent, and it seems like they've been through a lot, and they've got a lot more to go through, and that's sad. This is horribly sad. And hopefully, as a community, you'll be able to be there for whoever. Hopefully, Veronica gets to come home and she gets to, love her kids. But as a community, I see that you guys are all very loving, and that you're going to be there for these families, and for the husband, just everybody. But from being out there and what I saw, again, this is my opinion. I believe Jillian was there as a supervised visitation. I believe that Veronica was having a birthday party for her daughter, who her daughter was going to be on Tuesday. And so she had set up a birthday party. She was going to the meetup. The meetup was supposed to be, the way I understand it, like 8:30 in the morning is what I'm finding out now. Between 8:30 in the morning. Okay? I know that a guy that was in a box truck drove by. He said between 9:15 and 10 o'clock. That is the route he drives every day. If you watched my lives, you saw me talk to him. You saw that he said, I didn't even know it was a blue car. He told me that. Okay, so he saw something. I know with my past history of being a state investigator, I don't want to tell him anything I know because I want him to remember things the way he remembers it. Okay? I got to take a drink. Sorry. So if I know stuff, which I do, and I tell him stuff I know, and I lead him into giving me answers that I want, then I've tainted the investigation. Okay? And I'm not there to be law enforcement. I was never there to be law enforcement, okay? I was there to try to find these women and bring these women home, and that's still where I'm at, okay? So I talked to the gentleman. He told me he saw the car, and I got his name and number. I saw him a couple days later, and if you saw the trooper, I flagged him down. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. The trooper didn't want to take any information on the guy. Hopefully, hopefully, somebody talks to him. Hopefully, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation talks to him. You see me on here. I've left such a couple messages. You know how to reach me. I'll be happy to come back and talk to you. That's all I can say. Okay, back to my theory. This is my theory. So Julian and Veronica was going to pick up the kids. I do not, in my mind, believe they were ran off the road where the car was at. Okay, just down from Yarborough School where Veronica went to school. I do not believe that. Okay, I was there on this last Saturday. It's it's not heavily like highway wise, but there was quite a bit of traffic. And to say it was secluded off the road, listen, I drive by there a lot when I was there, like every day was driving by there, and I could look to the right and I could see who was there, whether it would be a news crew. In my peripheral vision around that corner, that curve, I could absolutely see what was there. I could see if the rancher was there, with his trailer, maybe counting his cattle out there. I mean, I could see all that. So to say that, yes, it's a rural area, but for the people that drive by there, in their peripheral vision, they saw something there. There's witnesses. There's no doubt in my mind. There's more witnesses than I even know. And actually, you might be somebody that is watching this and know that you know you saw something, but you didn't think about it when you drove by. But now that you think about it, you saw something in that right corner of your eye as maybe you was driving down that road to maybe go to I'm not gonna say the Four Corners because obviously that's a ran down shack that hasn't been open in a long time, but you might have been going to Guyman. I mean, that would be a route to Guyman. That would be a route if you was gonna go to the right at the Four Corners to go to I know I'm gonna chop this up because I say it wrong every time, but Boise City, a lot of people go there. That road there where Four Corners is. So if you're coming from Kansas, you would use that road to get to the road to take you on the Oklahoma side to either go to Guyman or go to Boise City. I had a lady stop. She was actually headed to California and was on that route. So that route, it is a used route. But this is what I think happened. I don't think that the road was blocked by any means because that would have looked too obvious. I believe that somewhere along the way, an FBI, if you're listening, I know you are. I have all the faith in the world in you. I know technology is so great. And even if somebody smashed their phones, destroyed their phones, you can still get that digital information. And I know this to be a fact from the Kohlberger case. The Snapchats, you people that use Snapchats and you think them Snapchats are gone. No, they're not gone. So yes, we welcome every LE in the chat, every FBI agent that's in the chat. Thank you. Like, we got to get these women home and let's pray that they're still alive. But either way, these families need closure to this, and whoever did this, they need to be held accountable. Okay. So with everything I've gathered, this is what I believe has happened, my own opinion. Somewhere before she got to the Four Corners, or maybe when she got to the Four Corners, she got a message or a phone call, something that made her go somewhere else. And in my heart, that somewhere else was Granny's boyfriend and that whole compound down there. Now, mind you, we love law enforcement here. I come from a family of law enforcement. My grandfather was the attorney general. My grandfather was the sheriff 8 times. He was also a defense attorney. I was married to a US Marshal. Like, listen, I love law enforcement. I have trust in you. But the locals have talked to me, and I have talked to them. So please just listen to just my theory, and this is just my theory of what I think happened. And hopefully you can get the digital data to back this up. I believe wholeheartedly that they got a call or a text, something sending them. I don't believe they went to Granny's house. I believe they went to the boyfriend's house. And you're the FBI. You know where the house is. You know what you got going on down there. So hopefully you're getting resources and you're getting some kind of search warrants and you're getting some kind of data and you actually know a whole hell of a lot more than me. But I think everything happened down there in that compound. I'm going to keep saying that compound because I have not drove there, but everything that I hear and everything that leads me right there. And I think something happened there. Struggles happened there. A lot happened there. And I do believe the car was then taken back to where it was found. I don't believe the woman was ever on that side road, not for a minute. And I could be totally wrong, but I don't think so. I really think that, listen, I went over this in my head over and over and over again. And the only reason I left there is because I no longer had anywhere to look. Every tip that I got, I went to. Even without tips. We was up, we were going before Carrie ever got there. I was there on Tuesday. My friends were there on horses. We was out in the fields. We were riding, we were driving. People were showing up. Volunteers were showing up to help us search. We was searching everything that we could. This was without any help from law enforcement. Absolutely no help from law enforcement. As a matter of fact, when we got to town, the the sheriff of Texas County met me and the horses and my friends at a gas station. The only thing he told us is that he couldn't stop us from searching. I asked him if he could tell us where to search. He told me no. Couldn't tell me where the car was. Couldn't tell me anything. I didn't even know the color of the car. But he was very helpful in the fact that he showed us where the rodeo grounds were to where we could keep the horses. So the first night we stayed at the rodeo grounds with the horses. My friends stayed there. I got in my car and I went driving and I went live. And thank goodness, and you know who you are, for the people that was paying attention to the live. Because I do believe that there was a person on here that was leading me into a trap also. They led me to a place that was on the opposite side of the street, kept insisting that's where I should be. And this very nice lady and her daughter came and got me, and I followed them, and they took me to the right place. And I stayed live for you all and showed you everything immediately. I mean, I hadn't been in town 10 minutes, and I left my friends, and they took care of the horses, and I headed there. Okay? With that said, there's plenty of people that drive that route. And just think back to 2 weeks ago. And where were you at that day? And did you go that route? Did you go to Guyman? If you're from Elkhart, did you go to Guyman at all? Did you go to Boise City at all? Because I'm telling you, I'm not from there. And as I drive by there, even in my peripheral, I could see that car. So it wasn't hidden. By any means was it hidden. I don't believe it was hidden. I believe it was planted. It was planted there to be found. So I had to get with some people today this morning. I'm not going to say who it was because I'm really, listen, again, I'm not law enforcement. I'm not here to solve it. That is going to be on law enforcement. It is their job. That is not my job. I'm just a mom, a grandma, and somebody that just really got this hit me in the heart. And I wanted to find these women. Do I think they were trafficked? No, I don't think it's anything to do with sex trafficking. I've been on our fourth floor. We call it our love floor. I've seen some pretty bad divorce cases, especially with when it's child custody, gets down and dirty. And I don't know. I agree. I watched a YouTuber earlier and I agree with him. Why this Four Corners was ever the spot is beyond me. No offense to the Yarborough School. The superintendent is great. That is where Veronica went to school. But do you realize that school had no cameras? What school in America has no cameras these days? I want each and every one of you. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in the UK, if you're in Australia, where you're at. What schools don't have cameras anymore? That school didn't. Now, I've talked to the superintendent since then. Awesome guy. He offered me drinks if I need to use the bathroom, anything I need. He has offered it to me. But he did tell me that they are getting cameras, that Oklahoma has gave them money for cameras. And I sure the heck hope that that is something that is done yesterday. And when I say yesterday, like, that is immediate. Like, that's immediate. I've said on here 1,000 times, I don't care if you live in the country. I have 4 properties, and at every given moment, I know what's going on them properties. You know why? Because I have cameras. I have great neighbors. I have great neighbors. I trust my neighbors, but I also like seeing for myself. The whole time I was gone, I could tell every second who was on my property. I know when my husband goes to work. I know when he gets home. I know when my kids show up. Like, why wouldn't you? Cameras are not that expensive. Cameras are not that expensive. Why wouldn't you invest in some kind of digital where it gets traced? I will tell you, I have Ring cameras and I have hardwired cameras. Now, I know there's hackers out there. There's nothing that I'm doing that. Listen, if you're hacking into my cameras and you see me swimming naked in the pool, that's on you, okay? I'm not worried about the hackers with the wireless cameras. I'm not worried about that. What I am worried about is you people out there that live in the rural areas that think that you can protect your own. I agree, but I also think that you need to have some kind of digital backup. If we had a digital trail like cameras, you saw me go through the pig farm, okay? And it's not your regular pig farm. I'm so tired of watching all these other listen, YouTube creators, I know you do this for a living, but get it right. These these pig farms that's out there that you're trying to call the pig farms, these pigs, they never their feet never touch the ground, okay? They look like they're greenhouses and they're in cages there. And they go from the feeding area to they're everywhere. And then the trucks come and move them and take them to the butcher. They're not out there in mud and gunk. They're fed grain. They're not what you think as hog farms. You keep going. They're not hog farms. These are controlled, grain-fed pigs in an environment. They have people that's in there that works 7 days a week, and they're cleaning the stalls, cleaning that. Like, get that out of your mind. Like I'm so over that already too. But you can have 15 ARs, you know, you can have 15 AR-47s in your car, okay? What's the one time that you step away from your car or your child goes to leave and you're not right there? I'm gonna tell you gotta have digital footage. Every one of you should have digital footage, and I believe in Life 360. That's a good app, especially if you have children. If you have children, I mean, it's worth the money. I know that a lot of us are in hard times, and that extra money is a little bit extra money, but I would give up a pack of cigarettes. I would give up a case of Coke, Coca-Cola, not Coke, Coca-Cola. Let me get it right to make sure that my family's protected. If you're not watching the news and you're not watching what's going on in America, look at our borders. I hate to even go there, and it's not because I'm not dogging Mexicans or anything. We got illegals coming from all over the place. they're not coming here legally, and then they're being filtered in, and then they're being released, just released. So to say that it's California's problem or it's Texas' problem, or hey, Governor Abbott, you got balls of steel. I'm with you 1,000%. Like I would come there, I'd live there. If you become your own country, I would come there. Like I got you. That's the kind of man I like. He's not gonna take no for an answer. He's gonna protect his people. But what I'm telling you is these people are coming here illegally and they could be anywhere. So they could be your neighbor. One thing I noticed, and I hate to bring attention to Boise City, I saw a lot of what I believe to be immigrants that maybe are not documented. And I was there 5 times, and they're basically literally coming from the Love Station over to that Dollar General. Like it's not my job to figure out what's going on there, but it did catch my eye, and this is the first time I brought it up on here. Like it seems kind of weird that there's so many people walking the streets over there, and they look like they're from. We're all immigrants, and unless you're Native American, we're all immigrants. But I have no problem with that as long as you're here legally. The ones that's here illegally, I do have a problem with, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna go any further with that. But there's a lot going on in the world. Digital technology is everything, and I'm probably the least savvy as far as technology as there is, and I know how to run cameras. I mean, I'm running my Mac Air right now. I probably wouldn't share videos from other people anyway, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't got that far with YouTube to know how to share videos to you. He said, okay, well, I don't know about the whole feds to the pigs today. Like, has anybody else noticed that News Nation? I'm not a fan. Like, Dan, Natalie, like I loved you guys, but I told you immediately when I met you that there's reasons why I wasn't a fan of that station, but that's my own personal reasons. But I loved you guys, and I enjoyed my time with you. But if you guys, how many times have you heard the FBI was involved? And like, I really just think that we need to be getting answers from the higher aboves. As somebody that was out there searching for people reached out to me, wanted me to do interviews. I turned it down. Why did I turn it down? Because I really have. What can I say? I mean, they're saying it. They're showing you the same videos over and over and over again. The only thing I have to say is I've been out there looking. I've seen no law enforcement looking. I thought I was going down there. Literally, I didn't even tell my husband I was going. I packed a bag and threw it in the car. And as I was leaving, my husband saw our cameras and called me and said, "You leaving? Where are you going? I saw your suitcase. I saw you put a suitcase in your car. What's going on?" I said, "There's 2 Kansas women missing in Oklahoma, and I'm going to find them." And that has been my goal the whole time. And I see News Nation spins things. Okay, you're going to take me off track with that for a minute, but I'm going to go there because I feel like I have to go there. Okay, they can come after me all they want, and I know the man's listening, and I know his wife's listening. I got a phone call. As you know, I got a burner phone. Like it's crazy for me to say. Like I literally called my husband from it and said, "Hey, this is my burner phone." But anyway, my service, I wasn't getting a good signal out there, and I was asking locals, "What phone do you have out here that you're actually getting a service from?" And they said, "Go to the Dollar General and buy an AT&T prepaid." Now, let me tell you, there was people that has I don't know the digital stuff, so but there's people out there that's got AT&T service that wasn't really getting a signal, but people that's got this AT&T prepaid phone was getting a service, and I was getting 2 bars with T-Mobile, and with this little burner phone out there, I had a full 5 bars with this burner phone, if you can believe it. And I'm having a hard time. I know you guys have sent me messages. I'm used to an iPhone. Like, every time I touch this phone, I get somewhere I don't even know where I'm going. Like, I've got my granddaughter coming this weekend because I know she knows how to run it, and she's gonna have to show me. Because every time I hit something to read a message, I end up somewhere else. I spend 30 minutes going back. So back to the story. So, there were people in the area, they know Rock Chalk. Rock Chalks came in the area. You shared with everybody. I'm so glad you did that. I don't want the attention, but I do want you to know what is going on in your area. So this man and his wife has some kids, and they decided they wanted to go look at the area where the car was found. Okay. They were in a black truck. This man called me, and he really didn't want to come on the live. And if you're listening, if I get it wrong, my phone is right here. Please, nobody else call that phone. This is specifically for the man who called me that was accused of blocking in News Nation. That's who I'm talking for right now. And if you're listening and I get it wrong, please call me. I'll mute and I'll correct anything if I say it wrong. But this is what he said to the best of my knowledge. Him and his wife and his children wanted to go see where the car was found. And when they pulled up, they pulled off the side of the road, off the road there, and they could see a news crew there. Okay. He literally used the words that him and his wife were bickering back and forth. She wanted to go down where the news crew was, and he wanted no part of being on TV or talking to a news crew. So when I say bickering, they had a difference of opinion. She wanted to go down there and get a little closer. I'm that person. My husband's the type of person, let me out of the car, I'll walk home. Like, I'm not going there. So I get the whole situation. So when I say bickering, I'm not talking fighting, da da da. It would be the same situation with me and my husband. I'd be the first one going down there, wanting to see what's going on, checking it out, not being in their way. Listen, you can ask Dan and Natalie. I didn't get in their way. I stayed out of their way. Actually, even held the tent when it started to blow. I tried to stay completely out of their way, but I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to hear what was going on. I'm nosy. Okay, my husband calls me nosy. I like to think that I like to be well informed, but nosy, well informed. I like to know what's going on around me. Anyway, so they were sitting there having a disagreement about she wanted to go there, he didn't. So they decided to pull off. Now, let me tell you, he says they never had the dirt road blocked. That was never the case. That dirt road was never, ever blocked. So to the news anchor who said it was a scary thing, and Ashley Banfield, you said that she was scared for her life. It was a scary occurrence. I talked to the man. That didn't happen that way. And I believe him. I believe him 1,000%. Anyway, they went to pull off to leave, and News Nation had loaded up the news crew. I think it was News Nation. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was. So I'm going to say, in my opinion, it was them. It was not Dan and Natalie. It was a new crew that they brought. They had loaded up and they watched them load up. Well, they pulled off. They didn't wait for the news crew to pull out in front of them. He said literally the news crew was behind him. Okay? So there's a little part of your story that's wrong. So there's a difference between being blocked in, for one, and being followed, for two. Now, I can tell you, I 1,000% was followed by a black charger more than once, to where I turned around and I followed that car back. I was done. Like, you're not going to scare me. I followed them back, and they were doing 110 miles an hour, and I was still going after them. But obviously, my vehicle did not outrun that car. So, to everybody, because including myself until this man called me, I was looking out for black trucks, that I was going to get blocked in from a black truck. I want to put that rumor to rest. I said it the other night. I'm sorry that the news crew felt that that's the way it happened, but I believe this man to be right. So if you're listening, which you probably are, that news station, go back. You had your cameras rolling. Listen, if I felt like I was threatened, you're a reporter. Like, you would have your camera rolling. Let's see it, okay? Let's see it. I wanna see it. Because now I'm to the point that you've said it so many times that you were scared for your life. You're a reporter, you got that camera going. Let me tell you what, shit starts going down, Rock has her camera rolling. Because you know what? Mine goes up into the cloud space. So if something happens to me, it's up there in the cloud space. So to the station, I'm not gonna keep saying your name because I'm just not gonna give you that attention. The next time you go live and you wanna say that your reporter feared for her life and that they chased you and it was a big black truck, I know you have your cameras going. Let's see it. You know, I've said it before. Let's see it because I'm done with it already. I'm over it. You have now put innocent people, actually, every innocent person in a black truck in that area, you are being watched now. Why? Because somebody had to fabricate a story and tell you that they were blocked in. Okay, so they're filming and the truck's there and they're scared and the truck has the road blocked. Why didn't they just turn their cameras to the roadblock? Okay? Why? Make it make sense. I'm going to say that 1,000 times over. Make it make sense to us. You are putting innocent people in danger. I don't care if you tag News Nation in it. I mean, hell, call them and tell them. Tell them to come here because I want to see that. I want to see their cameras were rolling. They said the black truck blocked them. I want to see that. And I also want to see where they followed you because the way I understand it from that black truck, it was Monday. Go back and look at your timings. It was Monday at 8:30 at night. Okay? He told me the exact time. Monday, 8:30 p.m. is when they were there and they were watching what you were doing because they were curious. Me, on the other hand, I am nosy and I like to be well informed. I would have pulled down the street when you had your drone out there. I like to be well informed. I pulled down the street. The only thing he asked me, which I was doing anyway, is to pull in front because he wanted to get video footage. And I watched him. I'm nosy. I watched him. Okay. So with that said, let's get it right. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover. I'm still working on everything. I might not be there no more, but I still got eyes there. Like, people are hitting me up. People are telling me still what's going on. Oh, I put in the community. Now, I don't want to say who I talked to, but somebody that knows what's going on. I will tell you, they informed me absolutely for sure. Wrangler literally got out of the jail, and his father had a certain amount of time to get him to the rehab, or his father was going to jail too. So, as far as that, he absolutely was in rehab. In my opinion, do I think that anybody was involved other than the granny as far as Wrangler's family? My opinion, my personal opinion, I do not. I do not. And I could be wrong. But in my heart of hearts, and this is coming from my heart, I do not believe for a minute that Wrangler was involved. His dad, his dad's mom, I don't believe they were involved at all. As a matter of fact, I believe his other grandma, I believe Wrangler's dad's mom, I believe she went to almost every hearing, if not every hearing with Veronica. I believe she was friends with Veronica. And I believe that that lady was trying her damnedest to help Veronica get them kids. I do believe that. I got to look at something real quick. So just keep continuing to chat. I want to make sure that somebody has not been trying to hit me up as far as my mods to where I'm missing something that needs to be called out. So if you're one of my mods and there's something that I missed that I absolutely have to address in chat, I'm looking at Discord right now. Otherwise, listen, I don't have time to really go through. I just drank so much tea and so much honey that earlier I had no voice. And if I keep talking, I'm going to have no voice again. So, again, why I did this live, I'm going to be posting in the community page. Again, if you're new, you can go to where it has my channel. You'll see shorts, videos, live. Keep going all the way to the right. Keep going all the way to the right, and it'll say community page. Now, there is a picture here that was sent uh, of the helicopters. There was 4 helicopters that landed in a field outside of Guyman yesterday. They had quite a bit of people on them, which I would say tactical gear. And I didn't say anything yesterday because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to be the one that alerts that compound and that granny that there's forces there. Do I think it was there for that particular reason? In my heart, I do. I do believe that's what they're there for. Like, I hope that's what they're there for. You know, let's see here. Anyway, let's go back here. Oh gosh, I don't even know if I can find that comment, Casey. I'm gonna try. Anyway, also, you guys have been great. One of the viewers, you were headed to Oklahoma City. I'm not gonna say what town you came from. You passed 8 Suburbans hauling ass towards the Guyman area. So I don't know if something else was going on there, but that's a lot of firing power, a lot of stuff coming on in a hurry for some reason. So keep an eye out. If any of you see something go down, please let me know. What have you missed? What you have missed is, listen, there is some really good YouTubers out there that want to get the information out there and want to help you the best they can. But you also got people out there that do it just for money. And make sure that you're if I was you, I'd probably be following everybody just because I want to hear what they got to say. Like, I want answers. Hell, I even do it. You know, I go and watch and see what people have to say. But I find a lot of them are wrong. And I find a lot of them's asking for your money. Like, just be careful. Okay. That's all I ask. And you're going to have other people that come there. I don't want you not to talk. Okay. But if you're somebody that's talked to me, you know I've been true to my word. If you was on that video and you called me and you said your name was on it, that video is private. Rock didn't just go and decide, hey, I talked a whole hell of a lot of shit and I'm gonna make it private. That is not what happened. Somebody along the way said, hey, my voice was in there, or you said something that absolutely everybody in town knows I drive, or that was my child in the car because I'm the only one that runs around with that person of that age in the car. Like, that happened. Like, I even privatized it for that. Hey, you said I was a farmer and I had a certain somebody with me. Well, that certain somebody's with me all the time. So could you please get that off of there right now? And another one call me and say, I was in the background. My wife heard my voice. Listen, I didn't question them. I didn't have my computer there. I couldn't edit it, so it just went private. I don't care if these get 10,000 views or 1 view. If I'm telling you the right thing and you're here, I'm telling you I'm a woman of my word, and I will always be a woman of my word. And I'm going to shoot it to you exactly how I see it. Yes, use your own judgment. So I guess in chat, Jeffrey Miner in chat saying searching wrong area. So I am looking at the chat at this particular moment. So Jeffrey Miner, post it again. What do you mean looking in the wrong area? Because I went everywhere. Listen, I was going to leave yesterday morning because I had nowhere else to look. Okay, there was two of us out there. I was out there since Tuesday. Carrie came on Friday, and we went. I when my other friends was there from Wichita, we went on horses. We went a lot of places that me and Carrie didn't go because I'd already been there. Before I left there yesterday, and Carrie was there too, I went every single place that I'd been the whole time I was there, all the way back to Boise City. There was not one place that I didn't go that I hadn't already been yesterday. I even, a lot of you don't know, but I even got the balls to go by that Prairie View School. I went to Griggs. I went through that area. I didn't see anything going on because it wasn't Sunday. Hold on, let me see here. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that picture, but right now I'm talking about the two missing women, and I 1,000% believe it's over a custody battle. Like, I truly believe that, and I know there's another young lady that's missing over there right now, and I'm gonna focus that. But right now, my mind and my heart is still on these two missing women, and it is taking every bit of my brain space on these two women that I'm already on. Like, I am so deep with that community as far as my heart that I know there's other missing people out there, but right now, mine is on Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. And you call that selfish, you can call that anything you want, and you can put over here in the right anything you want. Like, at this point, I don't even care what you put over there. Right now, my focus is on Veronica and Jillian. And this was not a trafficking situation. This was all about a custody battle. Veronica, 10 days earlier, filed a motion to get full custody of her kids. Granny lost her attorney. In my opinion, Granny lost her attorney. You can pull it up, but I'm going to say my opinion. She lost her attorney, and she was scared she'd lose the kids. It had been said in paperwork that she told the judge that if you take these kids, bodies are going to fall. Granny got desperate and took matters into her own hands. And I'm still going to believe that these two women are alive until we know otherwise. So, again, FBI, if you're in here, I know you're pulling all the digital records. I know you're working on it. Like, I have full faith in you. LE, I never ever got in your way out there. I never, even if somebody told me that they saw something, I didn't lead them into telling me more, or moving them off their mission, or adding to their story, or knowing that I talked to this guy and he tells me one thing, and I've talked to this other person who also is an eyewitness and they tell me another. I'm not going to say, well, no, wait a minute. This other person's told me this and this person's told me that, because then I've tainted your investigation. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have full faith in you that you are, uh, you are doing your job. And I think you're really good at your job. I think I know that you can't just go without a warrant and storm a place. I get it. But I do believe that you got digital evidence that is going to lead you to exactly what I think, and I could be right wrong. I hope they're still alive. Hope everything comes out good. If they've been kidnapped by the granny, let them go. I'd much rather have a kidnapping charge than a murder charge. Like, seriously, how far would you take it? I don't know you. If you're in the chat, I don't know you, lady. But somewhere you lost your way, I think. Somewhere along the way, you've lost your way. And you ain't doing any right by them grandkids by taking their mother from them if you did. You know, I met people that went to school with Granny, said she was a great person. You know, she's got, I think there's 5 sisters all together. 2 of the sisters get along, the other 3 sisters get along, but they don't all get along. They got listen, that's not uncommon. A lot of people have dysfunction in their family. But when you go so far off the rails that you take somebody's mother out of the picture because you don't want somebody to take your grandkids from you, oh, lady, you need some help. If you did do this and you still have Veronica, a kidnapping charge, Veronica and Jillian, let me get that correct. A kidnapping charge is way easier than murder charges because the FBI will track it down. I do believe it's all going to be digital. I'm not a psychic, okay? I'm just telling you. Yes, yes. I was in the Griggs area. I was in the Prairie View area. I'll tell you that. I think she lost her way. Like, I seriously think Granny lost her way. And if she is holding them hostage, let them loose. Let them loose. You got enough money? Take off. But let them loose. You'll do less time with a kidnapping charge than you will murder charges. And you are not, I will say this again, you are not doing your grandkids any good by doing something with their mother. That's just so out of the listen, everybody has a mother-in-law. Some, well, not everybody, some. I mean, say it differently. Might have a mother-in-law that they don't really care for, or have a daughter-in-law or son-in-law they don't really care for. But you get along with them because of the kids. It shouldn't be any different in a divorce. It's still their parents. You know, Dilly Pickles, I asked Veronica's parents when I met them if they had an attorney, and they didn't at the time. I believe they didn't. And I said at that time, like, you really need an attorney, somebody that can fight for you. And I'm not a one for GoFundMe's, but I would say if the locals was gonna help the families, I know they're doing food trains and stuff. Like, I would be interested in donating to maybe if they opened an account, they talk to an attorney, or maybe this attorney that Veronica had. And you could open up like a trust to where that money goes directly into that trust and that money goes to that attorney. Like, I can't be the one that sets that up, but if one of you locals have the connection with that attorney, or if one of, say, Veronica's parents or even the other grandma is watching this, if you know who that attorney is, and we could get some kind of uh, trust set up, and they were willing to do it, I for one would donate to that. I would donate. That means that that money would go directly to that attorney. It wouldn't go to anything else, and it would go to that attorney to help with this case. Usually, a lot of attorneys, like around here, I know my grandpa would have never did that, Dilly. I don't know. Somebody that's close to the family, maybe you could check it out and find out. But I do believe usually it's like a trust. I'll tell you, I'll tell you why it wasn't anything like this. But my friend's son was burnt real bad. This has been a long time ago. He had a 5% chance of living. It was Martin Luther King Day, and they were burning stuff in a drum out back. And the other kid got a gas can because he wanted more fire, and the fumes caught my friend's son on fire. And he had a 5% chance of living. And at first, we did a fireworks stand, and that's how we raised money. And that worked out really well, but that wasn't something that was constant to raise money. And we put tip jars at the quick trips around here. And listen, people actually literally went in on camera and took the whole tip jar. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, took the whole tip jar. So what we ended up doing is opening a trust. And when it's open to a trust, that means nobody can touch that money. That money would go straight to the attorney for his fees. And I imagine that an attorney, if it was her attorney before, probably wants answers for their own sake, like their own mind. And yeah, they do deserve to still get paid. But you could probably even work out a pretty good deal with that attorney, I would think. Because I know if this was my client and this happened, I would still want to help. But, I still got to feed my family. I still got a business to run. But maybe give us a break. Let us gather what we can to keep you retained. And I don't know, can you still, I mean, since Veronica retained you, is it a conflict of interest if the parents retain you too? Because I know there's statutes, okay? I'm just gonna say that. I know that you probably can't tell them anything Veronica's told you type of deal. So would it be a conflict of interest if they hire you? Like them are questions maybe Melanie can answer. I don't know. I mean, she's an attorney. Them are questions that I can answer that just on the fly here that's just been brought up in my mind that we could maybe help them with. I'm trying to read chat just a little bit because I'm about ready to end this here. Again, if you don't have cameras, get them. You can be in the best neighborhoods. Let me tell you what, these people don't care where they steal from. They don't care where they're going anymore. I mean, this isn't the good old days. Love thy neighbor. A lot of places, it's not your neighbor that's hurting you. It's people that come into your community that don't belong there that's going to hurt you. You got to have that digital. Got to have that camera. Yeah, I don't know about that. See here. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they could hire him for her estate, like that could include her kids. Like that's something that, again, if it was set up where I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't make much money in this situation because I would be a person that would have the heart that, oh my God, something horrible's happened. And even if the family could come up with this kind of money, I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, they started a fund here. And I'm not, I will tell you, I do not do GoFundMe's ever. I don't believe in GoFundMe's. I've seen too many of them go wrong. I mean, no offense. Like, I know you have the best intentions. I am not a fan of GoFundMe's. I'm talking about a trust that would only go to the attorney that could help them, and they'd have to have the right attorney. Hopefully, Melanie gets a little wind of this and maybe can help you a little bit there on maybe what to do because that's really not my forte. Big homie, as soon as I can get my voice back, like it hurts so bad, and I just drank a lot of hot stuff to get enough voice to where I could talk. Earlier, you can ask anybody, like, I could barely have anything, so there's not much I have. Gotta let my vocal cords and my throat heal a little bit because, I mean, I don't mind going live and y'all talking in the chat, but then you're gonna get pissed at me because 'cause I'm not talking. You see where I'm going with this? Like, you can tell me in the chat. I don't mind going live just so you guys can talk in the chat. And I can, try to read the chat. You go back and forth in the chat. Like, is this the place where you want to do that? Because I'll make it happen. Listen, I just upped my StreamYard, so I can keep as many videos as I want. I just upped it just right before I got live, so I'm not worried about space. I'm not worried about any of that. If you feel like, I just know that I'm not well. Like my throat hurts. I don't feel good. And I can't keep talking or I'm gonna have no voice. Okay? But I have no problem going live and letting you guys talk in here back and forth in the chat and for a little bit a day. And when I get my voice back, yeah, I need to reset. I need a little bit of rest. That's all I ask. I do have a steroid inhaler right here. Actually, I have several things. I've got flu- fluticasone, propionate. That's for COPD. I've got 3 albuterol sitting here. I I do have an antibiotic that my doctor's calling in. I've got some boost oxygen that I had delivered a while ago. Like, I'm trying to get well. Out there breathing all that dirt, and also, even my husband thought this. The mask was not because I was worried about COVID. The mask was not because I was worried about the news crew. The mask was because I breathed in all that dirt from that 60-mile-an-hour wind when we was out there searching, that it has gotten in my lungs, okay? And when you're searching, there is wells. I went into several storm cellars, is what we call them. I guess you call them that in Oklahoma too. Thanks, Dr. Terry. Yes, I appreciate you. Yes, you're always helping. Like, much love. Love you to death. And I got lots of Crown. Crown would knock me on my butt. Like, literally knock me on my butt. Couldn't imagine. Whiskey makes you frisky, huh? And whiskey would just make me fall over. Actually, it'd probably make me sick. Yeah, the antibiotics should help me get better. But I wanted to get on here and wanted to warn you. And I'm not gonna say it is miserable, the dirt in the lungs. But I was already not feeling good. But then, going down in them storm cellars, I could smell the mold. Even through the mask, I could smell the mold. Like, I probably really needed even a better mask than I had on. But that's just what I happened to have in the car. So I had it on. I do know that the churches have did a lot for the families. Like, they're doing a a food train, a meal train. I think they called it a meal train. I know other churches in the area. Like, I met a pastor. He will not let me give his name. I'd love to give his name, but I can't. Great guy. He insisted on putting gas in my car. I had a half a tank. Insisted on putting gas in my car, and he was not going to let me tell him no. He was not going to let me tell him no, and I could tell he was a good guy. He drove by a couple times, and he does listen. He listens to the YouTube. He drove by a couple times, and of course, listen, I'm looking at every black truck. I'm not going to lie at this point. Me and Carrie are looking at every black truck that goes by, wondering if that's who blocked in the news crew. You know what I mean? Listen, CB Slingler, I want us to go back to that. Armed forces, like, we can't just go on that property either. Where I personally think they're at, yeah, could you imagine me on Crown? I agree. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll tell my husband to stop by the liquor store on the way home, and I'll teach him how to go live at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you'll probably see me at the toilet getting sick. Like, that's no joke. I'm a one beer person. I couldn't even imagine whiskey. Anyway, so in the community, I'm gonna try pay more attention to it, and you can respond there. You can respond to me there, and my team can help. That's one place that, thank God for the team. We are all a team. I'm just the spokesperson right now for the team. There is nobody in here with the blue wrenches. I'm not more important than them. They're hard workers. I couldn't do it without them. And I'm sure they couldn't do it without me. We're all a team. We're a family. Like, we're not your normal YouTube channel. I don't think. We have a Discord. We hang out in Discord. Listen, my husband, when I'm on the Discord, he's saying hi to Ashley, he's saying hi to KC, he's saying hi to Eric, he's saying hi to Jamie. You know, I'm always on here with him. We're always talking. We're always going over cases. This case in particular, I can tell you the whole team is on this case, and they put it in Discord, and then we literally get together and we go in and watch it. I put that psychic on there, okay? One of you in the chat had sent that to me, okay? So I decided, yes, I'm gonna post it because I know a lot of people believe in psychics. I gotta get a drink. Just give me just a second, please. My mods can tell you. I immediately said, "Is anybody free? Can you come to the cinema? Can you come to the area so that we can watch this? I got something I don't want to watch by myself." And several came. Some of them was at work and watched, and they came and they watched. And so we did as a team watch that psychic. And listen, many of us don't believe in psychics, but I believe she believes a lot of what I've told you. I've been telling you for days. So it's not because I watched the psychic. Now I will tell you, I think she's wrong in the part that I do not believe that Wrangler was involved or his dad. Okay, and I'm not going to say his dad's name because I do know it. I do not believe they was involved. But Granny, I got my eyes on you. You are one shady lady, and I don't know where you lost your way. But I know people that went to school with you, and they said you used to be a really good lady. I don't know what happened to you, but you are doing these kids no good in the actions. If you are the one that is taking these actions and did this and took these women, you've lost your way, lady. And I don't think the gods of misfits or whatever they're called is going to help you with that. Tell you what, guys, if I get, yeah, Granny looking ratchet right now. Yeah, listen, I saw her. She don't know that I saw her. Okay, she does not look like her pictures at all. And yeah, I did see you. I saw you with my own eyes. And you don't look the same. You're looking pretty rough. So I think you need to talk to someone. You need to figure it out. If you got these women and you've just kidnapped them, now's the time. They they got like 15. They got 15 vehicles. There's so many. And I mean, even the one that she's in now got a call rat attack. So it's weird. You can go to her Facebook. There's pictures of her on the Facebook. I'm sure that's still open. You won't see me posting them. Um, Actually, there's probably some creators out there that will post them. I'm not your girl. Sorry. I'm not going to be your girl for that. Do a little bit of digging. I mean, I'm not going to stop anybody. I don't have a way for you to post them, but I'm not going to stop you from putting the names in the chat. Other than if it's the kids' names, yeah, I'm not doing that. Nothing about the kids, but if you feel froggy and you put mama's name or granny's name in there, it's not on me. I didn't post it. But I absolutely will not have anything to do with any talking about the kids. Oh, gargle after and then yeah, actually, for the COPD one, it does say that. It says I have to because it puts a powder in there. It does say that you have to gargle. But thank you, you reminded me because I did hit it earlier and I didn't gargle. So that's where my mind's at. I went to bed thinking about this case last night and I woke up thinking about it. Like, so I've not left you. My granddaughter says she's 4. Grandma, I haven't seen you in a whole year. I said, no, I've been gone 11 days. She said, it's a whole year. It's been a whole year. I said, well, I'm driving back right now. This was last night. He said, I come stay the night with you tonight. She's 4. I said, no, you got school tomorrow. You can't stay the night. It's a school night. Oh, Mom, what day is it? I didn't even know what day it was. She asked her mom what day it was. She said, "That's Thursday." This is a 4-year-old. She said, "So tomorrow is Friday." And my daughter says, "Yeah." She said, "Grandma, I'll come stay the night with you tomorrow night because I don't have school on Saturday. So tomorrow night, I'm coming to stay the night with you because I don't have school on Saturday. So more than likely, I hate to do this to you, but more than likely, I'm going to have my granddaughter tonight. And I would like a little time to hug my granddaughter because I know some of you out there, this upsets me. You can't right now, but I will be thinking about you when I hug mine." Actually, I didn't know that was going to upset me, but it did. So I will probably, I mean, I'll try to keep an eye on the community page, but I think I'll take time out for my grandbabies tonight because I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I'm saddened. Makes me sad for all of you, especially the families. And you'll see that I don't get upset very often. So just telling that story about driving home last night, it really didn't even hit me till tried to repeat it. So how about you give me a chance to just respond to you by the community? Like I would be out there looking at other channels. Again, Melanie, I love her to death. She usually does great things. And I'll pay attention to the community. When I'm well enough to come live, I will. But I honestly I've been going, well, anyway, 11, 12 days, whatever you want to call it. I've lost track already. I didn't even realize yesterday was Thursday. When your mind's on something, you lose complete track of what's going on. See here. Maybe somebody can answer that question. There's so many cattle trailers in that area. I mean, everybody, I want to make sure that I say this. Well, first of all, black and white is the most common color of vehicles there is. And in that area, everybody's going to own a cattle trailer. So if we start going down there, listen, you got a YouTuber that's fixing to come that way. So he says, I would keep one eye open. That's what I do. When somebody seems a little bit off to me, I keep one eye open. Make sure you're sleeping with that one eye open and you're careful what you say. I do not want to see any of you be plastered all over YouTube. But I myself go to channels. I look. Some of the people I don't care for, I might give it 5 minutes, see if they have anything good at the time. It's getting a lot of attention. This is gone not just nationwide, it's worldwide. You got it in the UK, you got it in Australia. Like we're getting it out there. But let's pray for the families. Let's pray that these families get their moms, their daughters, get them back. Oh, really? Well, see, I don't know anything about that. How does he know that? Like, I mean, Fox News now has Veronica's pastor on, and he says he was notified that women never made it to the Four Corners and then called Jillian's husband. Wow. Well, see, that's something I didn't know if that's true. I mean, wow. I don't even know what to say to that because that throws my theory completely out. I just can't see it happening like that. I mean, on a Saturday at that time, it's a traveled road. But hey, he's a pastor, and it's Fox News. Maybe they're telling the truth. I don't know. That's new to me. I'll definitely go check it out. To the chat up on the top, this person says, and it could very well be true. I don't know. I thought the family wasn't speaking out, so I don't know. It says Fox News now has Veronica's pastor on, and he says he was notified that the women never made it to the Four Corners and then called Jillian's husband. Listen, maybe that's why there's been no but why wouldn't they still be searching for the women? Like, I don't know. But thank you for the information, like, definitely. We will check it out. And thank you for sharing. I'm sure everybody in the chat, and I'm not being, sometimes I can be a sarcastic bitch. I get it. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, seriously, thank you for sharing. I even screenshotted it so I know to when I get off here, I go look for it. Okay. Yes, see, doctor. Okay. Let me make sure, like, I'm really starting to close this live down because I can't keep talking. Listen, I'll get better. I've been gone. Yes, I got to say this. So, my granddaughter thinks that Ashley is her real life Barbie. And my granddaughter just loves talking to Ashley. That's for sure. And Ashley did a video for her. Listen, we're family. Ashley's like the aunt that you don't have. Okay, guys, I think I've covered everything. I know I didn't get to all your your chats, and I will go over it. And feel free to go around, like, go look. But when you get other YouTubers out there, please be careful. That's all I can say. When you are on anybody that's in here, because I have not been able to watch chat. When you're on YouTube, do not use your real name. I can't express that enough. Do not use your real name. And if from the directions I told you didn't help you, do what I did. YouTube it. Believe it or not, if you YouTube it, you'll get a YouTube video that'll show you how to do it. I know that kind of makes funny sense, but YouTube how to change your YouTube name. And it'll help you, but please don't use your real name anywhere. Be careful who you give your real name out to. There's people out there that say misery enjoys company and they want to make you miserable and they want to really mess with you. So I'm going to preach it, preach it, preach it, preach it. And if you have friends on here and you see their real name, have them change it. I never realized until the true crime community that that was a problem. And I found out quick. So make sure that if you're using your real name on YouTube, you change it as quickly as you can. Yes, I do love my grandbabies. I'll be hugging them tight. That's exactly right. So, as far as I mean, I know it's Friday. I'll try to get on here tomorrow. I mean, listen, I'm a big basketball person, and I didn't watch the Final Four of the women's, and I really wanted to watch Iowa. I didn't watch the Final Four of the men's, and probably this first time ever in my life, probably from about 4 years old, that I haven't watched it. So that tells you how dedicated I've been to this. I didn't even want to know the score till the score was over because I was out Sunday. I was out looking, and then when the men's was going on, I didn't get home. I didn't get back to the hotel in time to watch it. I got there an hour late to see the score, and I really wanted Purdue to win. But anyway, so I mean, I've changed my life to dedicate it to this, and I'm gonna keep dedicate myself to helping you guys until you tell me you don't need my help no more. Until we brought them home. I hope everybody goes and watches that what that person put. Again, they said Fox Nation News now has Veronica's pastor on, and he says he was notified that women never made it to Four Corners and then called Jillian's husband. If that is true information, that is huge. I suggest you go look at it. Or if you're friends with them, ask them if that's true. I'd not heard that, but that's not to say that I should have heard that. Like, I'm glad to know that now because all I got is my own theories right now. LE has never did a press conference. So, when you have that happen and then you have a gag order put in and different things, all we can do is assume. And sometimes they say assuming makes an ass out of you and me, and I might make an ass out of myself. But it did come from my heart, and it did come from everything that I saw. But granted, I know nothing of the husband getting a phone call. So, I mean, that's a huge tip right there if that really happened. So, with that said, I think I have gotten everything. We've been live an hour and 25 minutes, and I actually was only going to do 30. And I will tell you, I would have never, please, even if you do get along. Okay, Veronica's pastor is part time Ellie in Hugoton. He was on KSN. Maybe I'll hit Jeff Herden up and ask him the first or second day after went missing, saying the same thing. I had not seen that. Listen, while I was there, I didn't watch any news. I was out there searching. So there is somebody that says that the pastor was on KSN News, which is out of Wichita. It's Channel 3. Jeff Herden is the lead anchor there. And it said a couple days. Let me pull that up. Let me just pull up the text message. Okay. I'm going to read it exactly to how it was just text to me. Veronica's pastor is part-time Ellie in Hugoton. He was on KSN. If they remember right, that's what they think it was on. The first or second day after the girls went missing, saying the same thing. But I'm wondering if that was just preliminary info, Yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't even watch my local news, and I'm friends with Jeff Harden. It's so saddening sometimes that I just don't even watch it. And that is my local news. So that very well could have been. I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, and the reason I watch the YouTube is because I find that YouTube, it seems to be more real to me. Like people actually get out there and talk to people, and it's not a script. It's not a script. Like you're actually getting out there and you're talking. And I watch YouTube creators. I love it when they go live because I feel like I'm there. It's not something that they're reading, and that I just feel like I'm there. So let's see here. What's this? Yeah, just be careful. That's all I can say. I got your backs. You know that, and I'm gonna definitely keep you informed. It's weird. Yeah, and it could be my allergies too. I was getting 1 to 2 hours sleep a night. The first couple nights, the first night I slept at the rodeo grounds in my car. Listen, I've never slept in my car ever until now. Then when I saw the Four Corners and I really thought something happened over there, I slept in my car with one eye open, watching the Four Corners. So it was like 3 days, 4 days in, and I got a hotel. So welcome to the new people, and good. You're not using your real name. Thank you for being here. I'm going to try to keep everybody as updated as possible. Yes. I hear. Oh, let me see what you got to say. Rock really cares about you to tell you that. Yeah, I do, and I know you do too. Like you're a good person. Like you're just like me. I don't want the donations. Listen, I can tell you right now. I can tell you just on my credit card, just from gas in the hotel, and I stayed in a cheap hotel. The hotel lady, her daughter went to school with Veronica, and my hotel was supposed to cost me 90 something a night with one without air conditioning, and with air conditioning it was more. And I've already got $1,200 on my card, and that was before I came home, and that wasn't even the cash that I spent. I don't want your money. I don't want your money, and I didn't leave because I couldn't afford to stay there. Like one of the, I think it was News Nation said that we would stay there as long as we could afford to. That never came out of my mouth. I want that. I'm glad you brought that up because that never came out of my mouth. There's a $30,000 limit on my damn credit card. I could have stayed there for a while if I would have wanted to. So that never came out of my mouth. The only reason I left is because I ran out of places to go, and we need a report. We need a report from Ellie. We need a news conference, please. At least give us a heads up. I have talked to family members, and I've not heard that the pastor had did that or anything. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Please go check out Melanie. Oh, and I'm always gonna give a shout out to the undersheriff there in Elkhart. Great guy. He's gonna be a friend of mine for life. Like we really hit it off, but he said he clocked me at 20 miles an hour over. I'm guarantee you it was 30 miles an hour and over. I was trying to get to a person that was loaning me a laptop, and I was running late. He's a really good officer. I can tell he's got a good heart. His exact words, he actually comes into the chat. His exact words was, "I couldn't write you a ticket when you're out there doing something good. I couldn't hit your pocket like that." It's a good guy. He's not out for, obviously in that area, they're not out for getting a quota like everybody says and stuff. Because I didn't think about it, 30 miles an hour over. That actually probably could have been a reckless driving charge, to be honest. And also, he had his deputies driving by the hotel and keeping an eye on things. So I really felt safe. And when I go back, I'll stay there again. So, okay, with that, oh, gosh, I don't even want to end it with this, but I don't know what's going on in Dallas, but it sounds like there's been a shooting. We're gonna have to give prayers out to Dallas. Maybe in a school. You guys might want to go look it up. Telling you, you can guarantee Dallas had cameras up, but it's so sad. So, man, this world's going crazy. What's this here? I'm tax exempt though. They're using my identity, impersonating me, giving me consent. Oh, yeah, you don't want to let your name out there. Use fake names in here, and we listen. Come up with some good ones so that I can laugh a little bit. Okay, come up with some good ones. I don't know about the mods in here, but listen, I like catchy names that crack me up. Yeah, they did say as long as I could afford to. No, I've never said that. I think it was News Nation played it, and so did Channel 3. Said that these ladies, now I can't say that the other lady that was there talking, I can't say she didn't say it. I don't know. I just know that me as Rock, I never said that I could only say that as long as I could afford to. That never, ever, ever came out of my mouth, nor would it ever come out of my mouth. Money was not an issue as to why I left. I had nowhere else to look. And hell, my birthday's the 17th, the same day that they were supposed to have that court hearing. And it's also my oldest daughter's birthday. And for my birthday, I get cataract surgery. So, so I do have a doctor's appointment to go to. But absolutely, I'll tell you right now, and I already told my husband this, if something breaks in it or they do a search, I will cancel my. Listen, I don't do anything for my birthday anyway, except buy my daughter birthday presents because it's her birthday too. She'll be 34. Other than that, I'm having cataract surgery. Like, I would cancel my cataract surgery to come back down to help do a search. If another search is formed or we have an area that needs searched, I'll come set up another search. Like, I'm not out of here. It wasn't about money or anything else. Thank you to everybody that's here. Everybody, give a prayer to the women that's missing their family. Just everybody in the world, actually. I mean, it just seems like everybody in the world needs prayers now. Yeah, they say the recovery is super fast. That's why I want to go ahead and get it done because when I drive at night, it seems like there's like big old fireballs coming at me. So much love to everybody here. Make sure you go into the community page. Make sure, listen, if for no other reason, make sure you subscribe. It costs you nothing. And make sure the bell is on. That way when I post in the community page or when I go live, it'll let you know. I can tell you right now, I can monetize, I could have memberships. I don't want any of that. When this case is over, if you don't want to follow the channel no more, hey, we'll still be friends at the end of the day. You do not have to follow the channel. But for this purpose right here, so that you get the notifications, you don't have to. I would subscribe and hit that bell so that you get the notifications. If this is a channel that you want notifications from. Other than that, listen, I realize that a lot of you are here for this case, and I get it, and I'm here for you for this case. And if you, after the case is over, you unsubscribe, there will be no hard feelings ever, ever. And you don't have to subscribe. You just might miss some of the lives, and that's okay. You could actually go back later and pull it up and find it. I know my channel's hard to find, and it's hard to find for a reason, and I'm leaving it that way. So if you found this channel, find yourself lucky because this channel is really hard to find. Anyway, have a great Friday. I'll try to keep posted on the community page and still looking at stuff, but I'll probably spend this evening with my granddaughter. She'll probably stay the night. So with that said, love to you all. Take care of each other, and let's keep fighting for all these women. Everybody. There's several others missing. But right now, we're looking at Veronica and Jillian and their families. That's what we're here for. And we're BF drives a white truck. What does that have to do with anything? I don't understand. You know how many white trucks are out there? You know how many black trucks are out there? A lot. With that, take care, and we'll see you soon. Much love.